Now, I said it was last week, but in fact, it was just less than a week after 9/11. And I had been going through so much stuff. I don't get everything perfect, but I do get the fact that there were 2,700-degree temperatures at the World Trade Center correct. And I published the article, and he doesn't retract his stupid little YouTube video and his little sycophant debunker buddies that, want to give him a back rub or, way to go, buddy, you proved that 9/11 truther wrong. And they don't even want to call me a truther. That truther, he's a truther. They're murderers. They hate the blacks, and they hate the Jews, and that's what truthers do, and they're dangerous. They're working with Al-Qaeda. It's Johnny Nonsense. We'll be back after this.
Cause snakes play and fakes lay like hidden bombs. We march in unison. The soul is truer than eternal missions with just a
lifetime to do it in. One life to live, one chance against tyranny, and that's how I look at it. I don't know what happens after the last hurrah. I'm not saying that there's not an eternal soul. I'm not saying there's not a creator out there. I'm not saying there's not intelligent design everywhere. All I know is I've got this chance, this time on Earth, to make a difference. And so do you. Believe the hype. You have incredible power. You can stand up. You can have victories every day of your life if you choose to. Do you understand? We're going to go to Black, Luke, Connor, Brad, and others in this segment if we can. Let's see how many we can get through. A lot of great callers. But I want to point this out. I talk about this international intelligence organization time and time again. I talk about proxy nations. I talk about false flag funding. I talk about infiltration into other intelligence networks and creations of. This one out of Press TV, Mossad Taliban whistleblower killed in Pakistan. Oh, do you mean the Mossad is involved with the Taliban and Al-Qaeda? I can't imagine it. A tribal leader who earlier defected from Pakistani Taliban chief Batullah Masrood and revealed the militant's group ties with the U.S. and Israel has been shot dead. We've been telling you that the Taliban and the Al-Qaeda are an international intelligence creation. We've been explaining to you that we went in there prior to 9/11. We gave the Taliban $40 million in farmers' aid. We said to them, hey, we can build this pipeline with your help. You can be showered with a carpet of gold or a carpet of bombs. And they wanted to hold out. They wanted to be tough guys. They probably held out, at the behest of their buddy, Osama bin Laden, and they didn't understand. No, wait, this guy's a CIA asset. He's setting us up. Because bin Laden spends the night of September 10th or 11th, I forget which one, in a Pakistani ISI hospital surrounded by the military. You'll see that in Invisible Empire. I promise you that. What do you know? Oh, it doesn't exist. Bin Laden was the enemy. Yeah, right. The assassination of Khalid Zanadun comes days after he revealed that their comrade was pursuing a U.S.-Israeli agenda across the violence-racked country. Remember, they have to make an excuse why Barack Obama is redistributing forces from Iraq into Afghanistan. Afghanistan has to have a resurgence of terror, an insurgency of injustice for us to do that. So they have to create it with their little intelligence agencies. Go read the entire article. It's up at prisonplanet.tv and Infowars.com. We're going to get into Bill Clinton's little think tank that he's putting together, MySpace, David Fincher and Facebook, Israel defies U.S. With plan for 240 new homes in the Palestinian land, China and U.S. head for trade war, Congress and IMF's power grab, California collapsing, and much, much more. But let's go back to your calls. Black in Florida. Black, you're on the line.
Yeah, how you doing?
All right.
Listen, I appreciate the work you're doing and everything. That's good and stuff. But I also like to add to everybody out there, to all your listeners, for them to really understand the importance that the young is the key. Like, the young is really the key to all of this. That's why they're trying to block the young with all these electronic stuff and all this and that, to block their minds away from it. Because if you tell some of these kids about it, they wouldn't believe it. They wouldn't believe it so much that when you tell them, it's like they get so scared that they don't want to believe it. So you have to tell them, like, it's all about them. It's their future. You feel me? Because if we don't stand up for this right now, because this is our time. There've been generations before us. And this is our time right now to make our stand. Like,
yeah, no, you're absolutely 110% right. Who knows how much time we have left?
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Hey, no problem, brother. I mean, honestly, the technopoly has never been stronger. Back in the day when Hitler was coming through, he didn't really have the manpower to take over the world, let alone the tech. These are the days of the crude rockets. Okay, now we have drones that can take out 45 people like that. You're there 1 second, you're gone the next. It's over. And we've got robotics coming in all over the place. One of the stories we covered yesterday, just briefly, is now they're going to teach ethics to robotics. Meanwhile, they're going to have some punk kid who's 18 years old, straight out of the Xbox, hand him an Xbox controller. Here you go, son. Control this ripsaw. Go through. And he's going to be killing real people. Real people. It's not just a video screen anymore, folks. It's the real deal. And there's this new special on the History Channel I'm trying to get a hold of. It just aired, that goes through all these robotics, all this AI, how your house is virtually going to be a motion detection biometric spy center. Something out of 1984. You're going to be changing the channel in your mind because TV is going to be wired into your eye. And I've talked about the worldwide mind before, the brain chip. These are their open plans. They're the ones promoting it. I'm not making the television shows and the think tank paperwork on it. That's not me. That's somebody else. We'll be back after this. It's the Info Warrior with Jason Burmis.